Welcome back. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Time to review the most memorable pop culture moments of 2022. We broke this down month by month to recall what we were all obsessing over this year. So sit back as we take a walk down celebrity memory lane. The beginning of 2022 was all about Super Bowl 56 halftime show prep. The stage brought together some of the biggest names in music: Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar. We spent January wondering what songs they'd perform and how the collaborations might play out. Then, by the time February 13th rolled around, this star-studded lineup exceeded every expectation, leaving big shoes that Rihanna will no doubt fill in 2023. But before her halftime performance was announced, Riri was already making headlines. As the calendar flipped to February, she confirmed the long-standing rumors about her pregnancy with rapper A$AP Rocky in an Instagram post. But before she officially became a mom in May, Rihanna redefined the maternity style game, setting the bar for every A-list mama-to-be, something every fashion fan has since appreciated. Now, from bumps to brawls, the 94th Academy Award ceremony was the backdrop for this dramatic moment when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, shocking us all and prompting as much debate for the Academy as it did for social media users. And don't forget, Will Smith actually won for Best Actor in King Richard. Now, a few apologies and one Oscars ban later, many are still deciding how they feel about the once beloved Fresh Prince. But you know what they say, one man's descent is another star's rise, and that was certainly the case for Julia Fox, no stranger to Hollywood, but now someone who becomes more of an it girl every single day. She's known for the bold eye makeup that she did herself, by the way, and even bolder fashion statements that have been known to inspire the likes of Josh Safdie and Kanye West. Oh, and speaking of Ye's exes, Kim Kardashian, perhaps the best example of a star staying culturally relevant, was unbeatable at this year's Met Gala. She took to the archives for the first Monday in May in this 1962 gown originally worn by Marilyn Monroe. Later detailed on her Hulu reality show, Kim's choice was a disciplined one that almost didn't come to fruition. Now it's hard to imagine a world where Kim didn't frequent Ripley's Believe It or Not in 2022. How cool is that? It's also hard to imagine a world where half the 20-something men in any given room have a distinct mustache or don't. Many have credited this new facial hair trend to the success of a certain aviator blockbuster. Top Gun: Maverick, the 2022 sequel to the 1986 movie, made nearly $1.5 billion at the box office this year. And the TikTok-induced pandemonium reached its fever pitch in June. In July, Beyoncé's 7th studio album, Renaissance, became the soundtrack to our summer. Despite the fact that the album was leaked online 2 days early, fans rallied around the superstar and commended the new album as another stunning reinvention from Miss Knowles Carter. Of course, it also passed the TikTok test, inspiring its own slew of dance trends from creators all over the world, all inspired by Queen Bee. As August rolled around, we were anticipating wedding bells from Bennifer. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, who were engaged back in the early 2000s, rekindled their A-list romance in 2021. A good mix of nostalgia and glamour kept us all waiting with bated breath to see if Jenny from the block would finally enjoy her happily ever after. Dressed in Ralph Lauren, enjoying a gorgeous ceremony in Georgia, it looks like that wish came true. Then it was all eyes on Don't Worry Darling, as one of the most talked about press tours in pop culture history made its way to the Venice Film Festival. Between Florence Pugh's salary scandal to Olivia Wilde's relationship with Harry Styles, all the way through Chris Pine's Spitgate incident, the whole world was watching and the whole world was worrying. The dystopian thriller could hardly compete with the dramatic headlines from its cast. In October, dramatic headlines continued with Tom and Giselle. Are they or aren't they together? Is he or isn't he playing football? The Brady Bunchen union officially came to an end this fall after Tom announced he'd return to the NFL after a rather short-lived retirement. The divorce filing came in late October along with a settlement that was, quote, all worked out. Next up, Taylor Swift's Ticketmaster debacle. After announcing her long-anticipated tour that would follow the eras of her career, fans were met with quite the ticket distribution mishap. If you ever doubted the power of Swifties, look no further than the sheer number of pre-sale registrations that ultimately went ticketless. Of course, this only emphasized the positive reception of her latest album, Midnights, which was released in late October. And that leads us to December, when a certain royal couple shattered just about every documentary streaming record there's ever been. Netflix's Harry and Meghan delivered on all fronts, blasting the tabloid press while humanizing the woman who's been the target of such deep and unwarranted hatred. Of course, the response from the palace has been lacking, which leaves international pop culture consumers wondering how this will impact the monarchy in the long term. So there you have it, the top pop culture moments of 2022. If you think I missed anything, please let me know online. But for now, stick around. We'll be back with all things local right after this quick break.